Cybersecurity experts in Nigeria have urged regulatory authorities in the ecosystem to come up with a National Data Protection Act to prevent organizations in the country from revenue loss and sanction. This is as ahead of commencement of the implementation of European Union Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) today. European Union's General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) requires any enterprise in the world that conducts business with at least one citizen of the EU to comply with GDPR protections of personally identifiable information or face stiff penalties. Reacting, Oluseyi Akindele, Chief Technical Officer, Digital and Code, said that Nigeria needs to have a framework for cybersecurity, starting with a National Data Protection Act. Data is the new currency and as such has to be adequately protected. He added that, most private organizations have invested quite a lot in securing their electronic infrastructures via security operations centers. However, not much can be said of the public enterprises on cybercrime law that never had effect before it becomes outdated. He said, any law has to be interpreted properly and be legally enforceable by the people to whom it applies. I don't think the people tasked with the cyber law have fully come to grasp with Nigeria's law. There needs to be a concerted effort to get the lawyers, judges and law enforcement agencies up to speed with the more intricate aspects of cybersecurity. The field is highly technical and there are quite a number of things they need to understand before taking up and judging cases related to cybercrime. Ahmed Adesanya, IT security and connectivity consultant, said that ignoring the EU regulation could cost organizations millions, but thinking about privacy could make organizations' products and process stronger. I feel there must be personnel accountable for cybersecurity in every organization and it need to be criminalized for negligence or non-compliance, for not disclosing breach to supervising agency. Our cybersecurity law must be strong as the May 25th for EU GDPR come into effect by today, which will change the model of businesses throughout the world, he said. Edward Carbut, Executive Director at Marvel Africa, making a case for people in process and fight against cybercrime, said that, technology is only one of the components that make up a strong defense against cyberattack. Even with the right technology in place, organizations are still vulnerable to attack, and should protect themselves in other areas, too. For optimal cybersecurity, organizations can look towards addressing 5 key elements: people, processes, technology, change and culture. People, processes and technology have long been the cornerstones of information technology infrastructure library (ITIL) frameworks, often referred to as the Golden Triangle, for successful project implementations and change management. The ability to implement change and an organization's culture are just as critical to security and play an important role in today's rapidly evolving digital world.